Good morning, this is Miss Hepworth, and I wanted to take you through today's lesson, NTI Day 8. It's on life structure and classification. So, essentially, talking about cellular structure. Make sure when you're working on this assignment that you complete all the little prompts. So, make sure you do this before you read. This should be quite simple. All you're doing is listing parts of your school and then telling what they do. So, example might be the office. Okay, another one might be the gym and the library, and then you would just say what is unique about those different places in the school. The second part is just a little bit of reading, okay, and it talks about cell theory as well as the importance of microscope when learning about cells. Make sure that you answer, okay, the cause and effect question here as far as how the microscope really changed the view, okay, the scientist's view of the world in regards to living things. Moving down, it gets into the different structures within a cell. So within a cell, there are things called organelles. They are essentially little organs within the cell, and they have particular functions. So it talks about cell walls. That's something that is present in plant cells. It goes into the cell membrane. Cytoplasm is another organelle. And then it talks a little bit as far as about ribosomes and their role in creating protein. Also, the nucleus. Essentially, the nucleus is a feature of a eukaryotic cell that kind of separates it from the prokaryotic cells that don't have a nucleus and the organelles are not membrane bound. So the nucleus is kind of like the control center within the cell, the brain of the cell, so to speak. Other organelles that the article lists are the chloroplast and mitochondria. Once again, make sure that you are answering these reading check questions on the side. If you just fill out the Google form, you'll be fine. They include all the reading check questions. Other organelles, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies. Okay. Then there's a nice little glossary for the cell organelle terms. There's also some terms such as organ system, and tissue that are going to be important for the second question here down at the bottom. So the first question here is you're going to look up above at all those different terms. You're going to choose one of those terms that describes a cell structure and then just explain what its function is. Obviously, you can go back to the previous part of the article in order to do that. Please make sure you're using complete sentences and restating the question. For number 2, you are just filling in that diagram. It says complete the concept web below to show the organization of an organism. So really and truly, you're going to be using these terms up here. So one term that I don't believe is included is cell. You'll need cell. You'll use the word organ system, and tissue. So you'll think about those structures within a multicellular organism and complete them in order. So in order to make up an organism, there should be so many of these creates this structure, so many of these create that structure, and so forth until you have a multicellular organism. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach me on Google Hangouts, find me on Google Meet at 11:15, or feel free to contact Ms. Calhoun as well. You guys have an excellent day. I'll catch you later.